welcome back. You've joined a group of riders from HOG Auckland Chapter. We're heading off down to the Waikato Bay of Plenty area. We're going to visit 5 dams this weekend, just because we can. This ride took place in May, so the weather's nice. Let's jump aboard and see how this one works out. So first things first, we've got to get out of Auckland. This ride, as usual for our southern based rides, commenced from the Z service station at the top of the Bombay Hills, and we're heading south on the southern motorway. We're going to head down to Cambridge first of all, and on these rides we'll usually stop at a cafe down there, Absolute Coffee, just behind Victoria Street in Cambridge. They've always looked after us there, and it's a great place to stop. Do recommend it if you're heading through. Now the ride itself, we're heading off to visit or pass over, take photographs at 5 dams, 5 hydroelectric dams in the North Island. There's 8 or more, I think, in the North Island. We're going to be stopping at 5 of them on the way through, 4 running off of the Waikato River and 1 running off the Rangataiki River. That's the Matahina Dam. So we'll be the Matahina Dam, that's kind of in the Bay of Plenty area, so we will be overnighting on this ride. We'll be staying the night in Whakatane for the Saturday, then riding back on the Sunday. This series that you're watching now, it's going to include all of the dams and the return ride up back past the Bay of Plenty lakes, so well worth hanging around for. Now we're turning on to Hora Road here, which means we've already enjoyed a little break down at the Absolute Coffee House in Cambridge, and are making our way now through some much more scenic riding areas than we have enjoyed so far, and very soon we're going to be travelling alongside the Waikato River. We'll see it to the right, which is only fair enough because we'll be passing by elements of the Waikato with each of the next 4 dams on the agenda. We'll be seeing 3 of those dams in today's video. Now when we're referring to the Waikato River, it's more often than not referred to as the Mighty Waikato, and the reason for that, it's the longest river in the country. It's just over 425 kilometres in length. It runs from pretty much down near Lake Taupo, I think runs from the slopes of Mount Ruapehu. Anyway, heads on up and exit into the Tasman Sea at Port Waikato. So it runs a fair old length of the North Island, and there is a lot of hydroelectric dam and power stations running off of it, and that's where this idea was born from. We're approaching the first of them now as we're travelling along Arapuni Road. So no surprise, the first dam that we're going to be seeing is the Arapuni Dam. As we pass through the small settlement of Arapuni, staying on Arapuni Road, and we're coming across the Arapuni Dam here. Like most of the dams, you can ride along the top of the dam wall itself, and across the top of the dam wall there's a little bit of a parking area where you can stop and have a bit of a photo opportunity, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So see if we get a bit of a look and a walk around over here. Now, for a number of reasons, including accommodation, petrol stops and food stops along the way, this ride had to be capped. So it was a registration style ride. I think it was limited to 20 bikes or 20 persons, not sure quite which. It was pretty quickly subscribed, so a very popular idea. People were real keen to take part in this ride, and you can see the lineup of the bikes here as I'm just walking around having a little bit of a film of them all before we saddle up and carry on again. We stopped here between 5 and 10 minutes, probably closer to 5 than 10 to be honest. Time enough for people to get their helmets off, take a few photos here and there of the bikes and or the dam before the call come up, helmets on. We're travelling on to the next stop. So full credit for this one to Joe, the road captain, who put this one all together. What a fantastic weekend it was. As you can see, we're rolling again relatively quickly. We're travelling now along Waipapa Road, and that's going to lead us directly to the next dam stop, which is going to be the Waipapa Dam. But on the way there, this is a really excellent ride to be on. Even if you're not stopping at the dam, it's just a scenic delight. Quite a spectacular little piece of road, and as we get closer to the dam, you start going through some bush as well, so it becomes a really very attractive place, quite relaxing. Now, as you can see, we've entered the bush-clad part of the Waipapa Road that I mentioned earlier, and it's quite spectacular. It goes a lot longer than the little snippet that you're going to see here, so this is really quite attractive. There's an amazing little bridge coming up, the Mangakino Bridge. Great views left and right. Spectacular country around here. Now, you would have noticed some water back on the road back there. There has been some rain through this area, but we were lucky enough that we didn't actually get any rain falling on us as we were travelling. But the roads were a bit slippy. You can see a lot of green there on the side of the road, so it's kind of ride with caution through here. Like I mentioned earlier, I think I did anyway, that this is mid-May that this one was filmed, so we get some great weather, but we just skipped around the rain, that's for sure. Anyway, coming up on the left here, because we're not terribly far from Arapuni Dam, we're going to be seeing the Waipapa Dam, and pulling off here to turn around, we're going to head up here across the top edge of the dam and come back up to park alongside the curb. You can see on the right hand side there's Joe leading the group. The rest of us are all just going to turn around, stop the bikes and spend a few minutes there again, taking in the views and enjoying the moment. Now, the Waipapa Dam is it's not too far distant from the first dam we stopped at, the Arapuni Dam. It's about 30 minutes riding, so not too far to go at all to be on top of two amazing dams. And at this stage, looking back at the clock at this time, it's around about 11:45, quarter to midday. We'd left Bombay around 9 o'clock in the morning, so had to stop at Cambridge for coffee. So yeah, we're making good time, and now we're just going to get off the bikes and have a wander around. Now, as we're walking around the bikes here, and I'll do a kind of a walk up past the column shortly, you'll see the full range of Harley platforms here, from the very newer bikes to the not so new bikes, with a number of different platforms on display: the cruisers, the tourers, pretty much every model you can think of is going on here. Not too many diners, there's one or two sitting in here, the old twin cams, but all these bikes are well travelled, with many tens of thousands of kilometres under the belt, travelling up and down the country, seeing all the sights there are to be seen. There's no better way to see the land than on the back of your motorbike with your mates. Now, before you know it, our visiting time is up here, and we're going to be on the road again following Joe. We're heading off down towards Mangakino. We're going to get a bite to eat down there. There's a bit of a story around that, but we did manage to get some kind of food in the end at Mangakino, and then we travelled on after that to a very nearby dam, which was just down the within Kui of the cafe. Anyways, we're coming into Mangakino. We're travelling down Lake Road, kind of a lovely scenic area, and we turn up to, I think it's called Rangatira Road, that leads us up towards the place where there's a cafe and a few eating houses. We stopped there for a bit of a bite, and then soon afterwards we got on the road and head down to the third dam on the list, which is the Whakamaru Dam, and it's real close. It's like 5 minutes from where we stopped in Mangakino here, so not really a great deal of distance to travel for that one, and that is going to be the last dam that we travel to today. But let's get there first. We travel along here. I was pointing out before some of the autumn colours that are happening around in the trees around here. It's really starting to get quite spectacular around the country, and there's the group of shops here that we got some bite to eat, and here we are crossing over the top of the Whakamaru Dam. Now, this one we didn't stop on it. It's a bit of a major thoroughfare, right here, but there is a viewing platform which we're all turning off to here that swings you around, and you've got a view across to the dam itself. So this is where we chose to watch this particular dam from, and you'll see us parking all the bikes up there in a moment. Now once we park the bikes up the top here, across that fence that you can see in the distance, that overlooks the dam face, and we managed to get a few photographs of that. I didn't do a walk around video here, don't know why, anyway didn't, but there is a photo that's coming up that my wife took as I was backing the bike in here, and you'll be able to see the dam in the background across there. And this will be the last dam that we visit on today's video. Come back next week, we'll be carrying on to check off the final two dams, one on the Waikato and one on the Whakatane River, before we travel on through to Whakatane, where we're going to stay the night. And there's some spectacular riding through there, through some amazing roads, so hope you come back, you get to see that. It's well worth having a look at. So in the meantime, as we head off from Whakamaru Dam, we're watching the bikes peel out. We'll be joining them any moment now, and I hope you've enjoyed this ride so far. There's much more to come with some spectacular riding. Hope you come back next week to check it out. In the meantime, take care out there, ride safe, have fun. See you on the next one.